but not necessarily of tanks. Number 2. The Bayraktar TB2 is an invincible weapon. The Bayraktar drones are strangely similar to kebabs. They're Turkish, cheap, and are excellent after a night out. Hold on. Turkish, cheap, and is a quick fix. I couldn't come up with anything better, so you come up with number 3. The Bayraktar TB2 became extremely famous during the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war, with all the footage of its deadly attacks against Armenian vehicles. The year before, it played an important role in Libya, and this reputation kept increasing in Ukraine. Ukraine military had taken advantage of the fact that Russia did not control all the airspace and that it did not have persistent electronic warfare defenses. On top of that, the TB2 is extremely cheap compared to other UCAVs on the market. One TB2 costs about $2 million per unit on average, compared to $32 million for one MQ-9 Reaper. Some say it's the Toyota Corolla of drones. It's not your favorite sports car, but it will do 90% of the job. Did I mention it's cheap? It's proven, practical, easy to operate, easy to maintain, and expendable. You don't see them. You don't hear them. You know they're there when the vehicle in front of you in the column spontaneously combusts. The Bayraktar TB2 is also good for intelligence gathering, recon, and fire support for ground artillery. Nagorno-Karabakh, fighting PKK, Libya, there's a pattern there. Bayraktars are extremely efficient against enemy forces with little to no air defense. Allegedly, by the time of this video, all Bayraktar drones that Ukraine had at the beginning of the war were destroyed. We're talking about 20 or 30. Why? Because the Russians had air defense. These unmanned aerial vehicles proved to be easy targets when Russian radars were updated and calibrated to detect such flying objects. The main problem is its small payload, 150 kilograms of explosive, compared to 1,300 kilograms for the Reaper. Poor maneuverability, low power, about 100 HP, and a relatively low speed at 200 kilometers per hour. So it cannot really escape from an air defense system missile. Because of its low cost, it has a simple structure. And I've read that it doesn't have any sensors that can tell if it's being tracked by enemy radars or if they're incoming anti-aircraft missiles. It doesn't look like it on pictures, but the Bayraktar TB2 is a relatively large object, equivalent to a light manned fighter aircraft. Apparently, it glows on radar like a Christmas tree, and the way it's built increases the radar reflective surface of the TB2. Mainly the trunk and the rear of the UAV. Now, by any means, I'm not saying it's completely useless. It's just not the decisive factor. However, it is important to mention that if combat UAVs had their limitations, the use of tactical drones as a tool for forward observers to recon enemy positions and adjust artillery fire proved to be essential for warfare. Before we move on to number 3,